Hello and welcome back, guys, to the semi-finals right now of the 4PL All or Nothing tournament, the 1000 grand prize. I'm once again, Paul's, joined by C-Zone. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well. I love casting, so that's good. And we're getting the first bans already shot out here. We've got Shan and Lee Sin, who are pretty standard bans. Really much to say about those. Except for that they're both actually jungle and top possibilities. And we get the Teemo ban now. That's fun.
Yeah, so, that Teemo was really doing work from the last game, but I don't know if it's like ban-worthy, but I guess after the recent buff they really see it as something that can really do work for the enemy team. So yeah, very interesting. I think this is one of the first times we've seen like a Teemo ban for like a year. Which is kind of amazing and awesome at the same time.
Yes, well, those are pretty much synonyms, but hey, we've got Rengar and Sona also getting banned out. Rengar is a pretty standard ban at this point because he got a bit overbuffed for some reason. And Sona, well, Sona is just a bit overpowered at the moment. There's not a lot to say about that. I'm interested. Yeah, it's going to be Yorick. That was slightly predictable as well. Yorick just a very strong pick at the moment in the top lane. He just bullies pretty much everyone except for like Jace and Aurelia.
Aurelia does not have a good time against Yorick early, but Nunu can do really well. Nunu top is like basically a Yorick 2.0. I don't know if you tried them, but you can basically, if you go Spirit Visage into like Merc Tread, Chalice as well, and Will of Ancients, and then maybe like a Void Staff as well, you're healing like 1000 from your consume, and you just have so much sustain. Even Yorick can't compete with it. It's pretty insane. It's like a soft counter, and it's very, very difficult for Yorick to do absolutely anything about it. But first couple picks will in fact be Nunu, but probably could be in the jungle, could be top actually, and Ezreal and then Cho'Gath. So Ezreal's not banned out. Ezreal, as we've said multiple times now, is probably considered to be the best AD carry, if not one of the best, along with Corki and Graves. Corki kind of falling out of it now because they did have the nerf to his passive, so it doesn't now proc with crits, which is, I can't do the maths on it right now, but it is a huge amount of damage from that true damage. So Corki may be falling slightly out of the AD carry sort of top tier picks, but we'll see how it goes in the next couple of weeks. And Corki, just as I was saying it, Corki could potentially be picked up here.
Could be. It's probably going to be Graves or Corki because Corki, Graves, and Ezreal are the strongest AD carries at the moment. Let's see, Cho'Gath. Going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Nunu, I'm not sure if Nunu's going to be in the jungle on the top lane or as a support. I assume jungle, especially considering he is on the person with the smite at the moment. But he could still be swapped around, and we'll have to see. I suddenly understand why they banned that Sony even though they were first pick. It's because they had the worst Sony in EU on their team. Makes sense to ban it out.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
So let's see what they're gonna. It's gonna be Corki most likely, unless they swap in the last second, which would be kind of silly at this point. And it's gonna be a Katarina with a teleport. At the moment, could still be swapped around. I would not be surprised if they play Katarina top, though she traditionally is played in the middle. It'd be interesting to see what they do with that. Against the Cho'Gath, though, who has 2 interrupts, that's kind of interesting. Though she's not as focused on her ultimate anymore. Still, wonder how that's gonna work out in the team fights.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Picking this early on is also very interesting. They're just going to max the CC, or maybe they're just trying to bait out the CC so they take away from the actual firepower from the team. That could also be interesting. And also, don't get the wrong idea, Corki's not a bad AD carry. He still has the base damages from his skills, which still makes him an absolutely amazing AD carry, along with Graves and Ezreal. Maybe some of the other AD carries could be coming back into it with the hotfix, but definitely Corki and Ezreal and Graves are still like the top 3. As people generally see it. But next couple of picks will be Janna and Lulu as well. So all of the CC. And interesting, Janna and Lulu. So maybe AP Janna coming out. Probably not Lulu since she did have a couple of nerfs done to her. And basically looking for the next couple of picks from KMT, I believe.
Lulu top on hit still works, so he could be going for that. But yeah, with the Janna and the Lulu, that's 1, 2, 3... four more interrupts for that Katarina. It's now at 6 interrupts. He's gonna have a really hard time getting that Katarina ultimate off. and it was interesting to see how that happens. Lulu Asriel or Janna Asriel. It's gonna probably be Lulu support, but it could still be Lulu top or even Lulu mid. We'll have to see. Janna AP did get a slight nerf. The WAP ratio got lowered to 0.6 instead of 0.8 if I recall correctly, which is a decent nerf because the scalings were kind of ridiculous on that. And it looks like it's going to be Zillion and Dari... Huh? Wait, what? I was like, Zillion mid, Darius top. Wait, where is the Katarina going? So it's probably going to be Zillion support, Katarina mid, Darius top, and Nunu in the jungle? I guess?
This is funky, yeah.
We'll
basically just have to wait for the swap-ups.
I am very puzzled.
It could be like a janky-ass lane where you just have like two... like a kill lane, I guess? But it could be Zillion support, not something that we've seen for a long time. Also putting the curveball back into it, and a lot of teams just bringing in a lot of interesting picks into these tournaments now. Especially with the team that we haven't seen for ages, Katarina again, in competitive play, we just don't see, along with Zillion. We didn't actually see M5 run it, and I know Katarina's played by one of the American players a lot, but even so, kind of interesting, and we will have a select, so...
It might actually be a placeholder somewhere, but
yeah.
I don't know. Oh wow, if they're gonna show the password, that chat window is gonna come in very handy for our dear...
Better tell them not to type it in chat.
Actually, it's transparent, so that wouldn't help. Oh, it worked out in the end. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
So we're gonna go back into the picking phase. These bans are to be ignored. And for anyone that's watching and thinking, why are they banning Annie? Because they're repicking quickly. Oh, Yorick actually the actual ban they did. Rengar as well.
Yeah, they're just trying to get through this phase as fast as possible. Okay, so maybe that Zillion was the placement pick. Interesting. Generally, you don't see Zillion as a placement pick because Zillion is actually somewhat viable in the right composition, but will indeed be the Maokai, so...
Yeah, so, okay, that makes a lot more sense now. So it's going to be Marka in the jungle, and then Darius in the top, Katarina in the mid, and the Nunu Corki lane in the bottom lane, which is a decent lane. And it's going to be Janna support, so it's going to actually be AP Lulu.
They have a lot of burst AoE coming from the hands of the blue team. Like, you have the Katarina, and a lot of the damage has been shifted to other abilities. Logo Nunu as well, like his ultimate can be possibly getting some of those empires out as well, but maybe not so much from that support Nunu. Especially with those ice balls, they really hurt and really great for the peeling as well. They have a lot of peeling and a lot of burst AoE, especially with the Darius Decimate and the Corki, just flat damages from his skills, and Maokai to some extent as well. But they're kind of all easily kited. Like, once they get the CCs down, the enemy can just run away, and they have a lot of kiting capability, especially with Cho'Gath with the Rupture, Janna with her ultimate teamfight reset, Lulu as well. They have so much just to get away. And that's not even discounting Ezreal's Arcane Shift.
Yeah, I mean... I think the Katarina is just going to have a really hard time. And Lulu, actually I just realized Lulu in the middle against Katarina actually makes a lot of sense. Because that W would just instantly stop her as soon as she jumps in. It's gonna be like shampoo, and it's gonna be like, "What up? You are a squirrel, or a cupcake, or whatever skin she has." But yeah, what's the third one? I think it's a cat, right?
It could be. I'm not. I don't know all the transformations of. I just generally just call that skill the squirrel, which is probably easy to remember. But do you want to take a look at anyone's rune pages and masteries? Sorry.
I am quite disappointed in you. And I'm not 100% sure if I have any one of them in my friend list. This could be a problem.
Ah, yes, that could be an issue. Probably sort of sorted that. Wow, my English today. Should have sorted that slightly before the game, but we'll see what we can do. I'll go ahead and ask an admin. But let's take a look at Katarina's rune pages. So, going for the runes, she has the page called Vlad, which is 12 magic resist, increased movement speed, increased armor, movement from the quints, and magic pen as well. Generally pretty standard on casters, you do generally get the magic penetration from those marks. And masteries will be 0, 9, 21, actually going straight down to the utility, so going for that mastermind, increased cooldowns on some of the spells, and increases resistances all around, and the spell vamp as well for more lane sustain. Pretty interesting. Anyway, guys, we're going to jump to a quick commercial break, and when we get back, we will be in game for the semi-finals of the All or Nothing Invitational. See you soon. Welcome back, guys, to the 4PL All or Nothing €1,000 Grand Prize Tournament. I am still Pulse, I'm joined by the Still C-Zone. Hello.
The Still C-Zone, I love that. Hi! So, we're going to be going into this
Good
game.
introduction.
And, my stream is being weird, but that doesn't matter. Because, wow, this quality. Anyway, everyone going to be going for boots except for the supports who are going Fairy Charm and Wards. That's interesting.
Aggression coming out already from Curse onto the blue team, being very aggressive, looking for the sapling as well, just to zone them away. Anger's just going to pop that off as well. That coming out from Extinct. Also, to note, guys, we do have Season actually commentating over the stream this game. We were unable to add anyone to his friends list, so he's unable to spectate. So he's going to be a couple seconds behind. So, obviously, if I interrupt him, it's not because I hate C-Zone, it's because he is actually just casting over the stream, so he's got a couple seconds delay.
Yes. I will try to look at the stream and see if something is going to happen soon. I should be okay, because I can focus full on that, because I don't have to control my own camera. Woohoo! Anyway, they're kind of looking for level 1, but they probably don't really want to go for this. I'm not sure how good their level 1 is anyway. I mean, obviously, the speed up gate is really good for level 1s, and then with Janna, you can have a nice amount of CC. And then Ezreal does a lot of damage, but still I'm not sure if that's a good enough level 1 fight. They did, however, make sure that Maokai couldn't go for his race first, so that's already an
Lolpro coming out the sides as well with Super Ace, picking up the... Actually, I'm not sure who actually got that golem. It was they actually just counter-jungled the small one. So, yep, the enemy jungle really going to feel the hurt from that 15 gold. They will be backing off. Not too much of a hit, but irritating either way. They are actually focusing on the little one, so maybe they predicted that invade and actually just predicted that and wanted to stop them from actually getting the big one. Light will actually be starting with that blue buff, maybe looking for those early ganks, but generally with Maokai we are looking for that level 4 from that red buff and then moving on to the ganks from there.
Yeah, and Corki did actually pick up that small golem. They didn't counter jungle the jungler. They mostly made sure that the bot lane would not be too much swift in towards blue side's favor. That is the problem of being a purple side. And wow, so much damage coming down already between those two AD carries. They're going to be bringing down the pain quite a lot, and good shields coming out from Super Ace, so that's going to be okay. Wow, was that an ignite I saw there? That was very aggressive.
It was, yeah. It was by Super Ace. Very angry support at the moment, right on top of the game, and Angus, wow, the damage already onto Arkwell. Yeah, that's the Jace from that's the Jace from damage. Yeah, yep. Just already on this early onto the game, it's absolutely crazy, and there's very little that Darius can do about it. Like, he hasn't even got too many skills, he's already been forced back. And bottom lane, actually, Smoxy flashing up red, Lolpro just being hyper aggressive, and Lolpro's Ezreal is absolutely amazing. It's very, very difficult to lane against, and so many times we've just seen this lane snowball out of control.
Yeah, and I mean, Dota Pro or Low Pro, I still don't know what his name is, I should really ask him that. But he's just such a good AD carry.
Meanwhile, mid, Razzle moving in with Woodlight, actually being knocked out by the Rupture. Meluna coming in from side as well. Katarina unable really to supply any sort of help to Woodlight. Sinister Steel goes down, and Meluna just counter-initiating with the Rupture. And actually, Arkwell coming down as well to support, but he's losing a lot of EXP and gold right now from Anguish, but he just can't lane against him.
Yeah, wow, but that mid gank was, I think, what Corki calls a Charlie Foxtrot. But wow, that was very confusing with the Maokai flying through everyone, going, "What up, Lulu? You mad?" And then Juguf coming from the other side, and everyone swapping places. I actually thought that Juguf and Maokai were on the same team for a second there.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, I was just like, huh? 3 people, wait, oh wait, there are different teams. But yeah, still, they're going to put pressure on the middle, and at the moment, that is going in favor of Extinct, which was slightly predictable because he is ranged. So that should be, he should be winning.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting though. We don't really see AP Lulu too much. I mean, he did receive a slight nerf, but it could still be viable. The knock-up and the CC as well, kind of like an Orianna pick. Like, you are looking for the CC and utility from that. Maokai also camping top, Sapphire goes down. He knows Meluna's around the area now. They really are just exerting a massive pressure up at top, and Anguish just about 2 levels above him. Aqua just leveled up just there. And Extinct potentially in a bad position. He is past the lanterns, and actually potentially predict... he's going to go ahead and recall. Poor timing by Maokai. He wants to go for that gank, but... Wait a minute. Extinct as a wizard. He knew about that gank. They must have known he was in top jungle and probably predicted him going down. But even so, that was pretty good just game sense. It's not so much map awareness as it is game sense.
So, yeah, I don't even know. I don't know how he pulled that off. But at the moment, there's...
Probably just go with he's a wizard.
Yeah, probably he's just a wizard. Well, he's a face sorceress, I guess.
Good point. You raise a good point.
I wonder if he tastes purple.
Really?
We should ask Riot this.
That's not even close to a pun.
No, but no, it wasn't. I wasn't trying to make it a pun. Just wondering if he would taste purple. What? Anyway, that was awkward. So. There's going to be 2 Dorn's rings on that Lulu, so he's going to be getting some health and some mana regen as well as a bit of AP. And Super A is going to be like, what up, Corki, I do damage on you because I have a shield that gives me damage, which is interesting. And let's see. with Sona.EU, with his Nunu, is at quite low mana at the moment. That's not going to be a lot of Blood Bowls coming out anymore. Luna looked for a gank, but there was a ward, so was not able to pull that off. At the moment, still 0 for 0, but there's already a 800, well, 700 gold difference between these two teams. Curse doing so well. And wow, so much damage coming out from Extinct. He likes to play the alternative APs, apparently.
Yeah, right now Red's is finding it kind of difficult to even farm. Like, Luna is putting a massive amount of pressure down on him. He can use the bouncing blades, but that's really it. Help Pix goes down into the glitter lance, and he just can't escape the harass. You can kind of just like side juke it, but like this lining up the skill shot from Pix is really janky because it goes from the side. Actually, meanwhile, bottom they are initiating with Sonar.EU, moving on to Super Race, but realize he is out of mana, and Lolpro are going to turn this around with an arcane. With a Mystic Shot, rather, and there's not too much going on there, but Maluno going in for that blue invade, along with the rest of his team, zoning him out with Jace. Arco, if he gets in range, he could probably trade with him, but after the apprehend, he can just go straight into that Thundering Blow. You're getting encircled, though. 3 versus 3 right now. Warlight's got to be careful. Huge damage coming out from the Glitter Lance. That'll be first blood, picked up by Jace. Arco also trading off. Apprehend goes down. Angush looking to put some more damage out. Razor coming in from the side, looking to pop down ultimate. Oxy and Guillotine goes out, will not execute quite soon enough. Kind of a panic ultimate more than anything. He was no way going to kill that Angush with that amount of health, but he did have max stacks.
So, yeah, I mean, basically what happened there, I think, with the Darius ultimate is that he was like, I need to use this ultimate, see if I can do enough damage. Because he was probably going to die anyway, so at that point it's probably the best idea to just use your ultimate. It's not got a cooldown that's that long anyway, because it's already almost at half already, and by the time he gets back into lane, it should be at about 2/3 done already. So it's not that big of a deal to use that ultimate. Might as well try to get a kill. And wow, there's already a phase on Dota Pro. That is quite insane. He's farming really well. He's actually outfarming Smutchy by 30, which is impressive at 9 minutes.
Yeah, he's got a lot of farm. It's like 20 behind a minute, which is pretty much perfect farm. Right now, it's just looking bad for them all over the board. Like, all over the board, they're just losing, but very slightly. It's just like a small victory all over the map, and this is generally what you see from Curse in general. Like, they just get these small victories, especially Lolpro. Like, when I was spectating his team a lot, when he had like his own team, then they were all about just roaming around, massive mobility, and they were one of the first really to start it along with M5. It was Ace of Poland, I believe. And it was just, they were just all over them, and that's really what they are looking for. And they have that type of composition that can do that as well. The mobility from Janna and Angush with the acceleration gain all over the board, along with Lulu's Whimsy as well. They have a lot of mobility, and Orko is just getting punted around. He just really can't do much against Angush. Actually, Apprehend goes down. He is out of mana at this point. Maybe a bit too ballsy. He will be chasing after. Crippling Strike goes down as well. But Maluna coming in from the side, looking to pin this guy down. Rupture goes out, and another auto attack will finish him off. He saw his opportunity, but it just wasn't enough, and actually he just walked straight past the ward. He still didn't back off. Meanwhile, at bottom, Warlight looking to follow up. Initiation goes down, ultimate as well, absolute zero. Flash into Arcane Shift, will get him out of there. Super is potentially in a bad position, but worse on Ryu. It's completely out of mana once again, unable to follow up.
So at the moment, both teams are just obviously trying to win their lanes, but it's working. It's not working that well for KMT. Curse doing so much better at the moment. They're 3k ahead, which is not that much, but you can tell they're ahead by just simply by the way they move around the map. They can be way more relaxed about it, and in the bottom there's so much damage coming down. It's quite insane.
The ultimate, almost picking up the double. We're surviving with about 50
wow.
HP. Actually more around 100.
That was a lot of damage from that ultimate. And well shot as well, hitting both of them. That's quite impressive, but not quite enough. And at the moment, it looks like there's going to be a Hextech Revolver on that Katarina. So he's going to be going for either a Will of the Ancients or a Hextech Gunblade.
Also, Warlight jumping in and going for the tower dive. Do have Razor there as well, along with Extinct. Angush would be out of there, and that's a massive Jace. Wow. Razor is looking to pick up this kill though. Does not have the ultimate. Has the rest of the cooldowns though. And Alquill, again, he is moving down, but every time he moves down, he's just not in the position really to exert any type of pressure and bring any presence to a team fight. He's just, even in these small skirmishes where you expect Darius to be super strong in that early game, he's just underfarmed and being punted around constantly, as we said before about Jace. He's just been bullied too much.
Yeah, and Darius, what he does is that he either goes tanky and does very little damage late game, or he goes damage and he's very squishy late game. Which means that he kind of has to get fed to be fully effective. And because he's at 67 CS with no kills or assists, he's gonna have a bad time. I don't think he'll be able to do too much in the team fights later on in the game.
Being chased out by Anguish as well with that Mercury Cannon. Actually going to turn this one around and start trading off. And Thundering Blow goes down. Ultimate, rather, Teleport has been popped by Radzor, looking to pop this kill up onto Anguish. Kiting around has got that blue buff, that red buff rather. The ultimate has been popped. Death Lotus, Anguish popping the Thundering Blow. Maluna coming in from the side as well, popping down the ultimate. Extinct coming in from the side, looking for the help picks into the Glitterlant, and one more auto attack will finish that one off. Massive mobility, as we've said before, from this team. There's just little you can do to get away from it.
Yeah, that mobility is really paying off for them, and that was a really nice reaction as well from Extinct, immediately moving top as soon as the teleport came out. That was well done there. And yeah, I mean, I don't know about the Darius versus Jace matchup. I think the red buff was kind of the reason that went down in the end, because Anguish was just able to slow him and take him down with the true damage as well. But yeah, I don't know. I think that Darius was not a very smart pick. Not entirely sure.
Actually,
why
Boston will like going in for the lane gang. Super is taking huge amounts of damage. Absolute Zero goes down as well. Got to be careful not to be picked up by Lolpro. Massive damage coming out with the Mystic Shots as well. Jace coming down along with Maluno. Very low mana, but probably enough for a Rupture. Shock Blast goes down through Acceleration Gate. Maluno popping down that Rupture, lands onto Warlight. They will be going for the dive. Lolpro just doing huge amounts of damage. Essence Flux goes out as well. Anguish looking to follow up with a Shock Blast. Picking that up with the Mystic Shot. Anguish looking to follow up potentially with To the Skies. And he will be swapping for another 2 seconds on that one. And they will at least be picking up 2 kills, maybe getting the turret, maybe pushing that one in. And more likely moving on to Drake, because Extinct is also there to assist.
So, yeah, I don't really know what to say about that fight. That was just really well done by Curse turning around. They're going to pick up that dragon. Means they're going to be ahead a bit more. And at the moment they're at about a 5k advantage while the tower went down. So it's actually a 4.5k advantage. Still, that's a very respectable advantage at 14 minutes in the game. Well, almost 15, but you know. So, I think they should be able to snowball this if they don't make a lot of mistakes. But it's definitely not over. KMT can come back from this. It's just going to kind of depend on how well the Katarina plays, how well Radzor will be able to work around all those interrupts on the enemy team, because there are quite a few there. I mean, we didn't even talk about the one that Anguish brings in. He has 1 interrupt, right? The knockback. Does he have another one? I think he only has 1, right?
Anguish?
Pulse. Yeah, with the Jace, he only has a knockback.
Yeah, he has the Thundering Blow, and that's it.
Yeah, so it's going to be 7 interrupts.
And meanwhile, Boston, we will have an engage. Lolpro coming in here as well. Does not have the red buff. He's got the Phage Slow, and have a nice blast to the face. He will be out of there, but have a Sparrow for the road. We were actually having a discussion about this, whether we thought it was a Sparrow that was floating around her. It's kind of like a spirit, but Swillington raised the point that it could well be a pigeon. So,
we're talking about Janna?
Janna, like the bird thing, yeah. Fully possible, but Extinct actually going with the gang. Hellpix goes down into Glitterlant. Then Maelstrom goes down on just tagging Warlight as he tries to recall. That being the True Shot Barrage from Ezreal, looking for the kill onto socialmedia. But I think even if that had connected, it probably wouldn't have picked up the kill anyway. It would have been very low. It would have been down to the wire, but I think he just had a bit too much health.
Yeah, in the meantime, Anguish actually going for an aggressive on Radzor. That's kind of entertaining. But I'm just wondering when Curse is going to take down towers, because that's what they should be doing. They should push this advantage they have. Not push it too hard, obviously, because that didn't go too well for them last game. They almost lost that. But yeah, they really have to start pushing their advantage and doing something with it.
coming down here. Lolpro looking for the Arcane Shift. There it is. Gets a Crippling Strike down as well. Woolite looking for the tower dive. Flashes into the turret. This Wolf turn into a dive. Super Rays flashing out of there. Vengeful Maelstrom goes down into the Execute. Heal goes out as well. Keeping him alive for just a couple seconds. Westsonder comes in along with Maluno. Flash out of the Rupture. He will be safe for now. 2 versus 4. Lulu coming in from the side as well. Probably popping that Whimsy to catch up. We'll have the safe haven of that turret. Maluno can probably dive it with ease though. Looking for the Rupture. Will be duped. Abraham goes down. Absolute Zero as well. Slowing them down. Locking it up just a couple seconds so Katarina can come in. Looking for 1 kill for the Shumpo. 2 kills. Now following with Super Rays. Has that red buff. Has the slow. Has the cooldown resets. And Shumpo's to a minion. It's a Sinister Steel. Looking for more auto attacks. Ultimate goes down. Death Lotus picking up that kill. And 3 kills in quick succession.
Yeah, that was really well done by Ratsu there, teleporting in from the back, and I wonder if he was actually cruelly waiting for them to get close to tower so he could pick them up, or if he was waiting for his teleport to come back up. He was just waiting for his team to bait them so far forward. That's kind of cruel, but well done. And
it's calculated.
Yeah.
And it definitely made a lot of sense. Meanwhile, at top though, Anguish will be pushing on that tower. Very little the tree can do about it.
Yeah, what can a tree do against a hammer? At least it's not an axe, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know about hammer's effectiveness against a tree. Like, I don't know, it depends on the type of hammer. And like,
yeah,
if it's serrated or not.
It's a pretty big hammer now.
True.
And if he goes into cannon form, I could see that work against trees. Especially because I think he shoots energy anyway, so energy would probably burn the tree.
Just from personal experience,
sense.
Personal experience. I'm not like, I don't know how you can compare this because it's not happened in real life yet, because it's not been invented.
Well, pure energy usually burns right through stuff, so. Whereas an electrical, I think actually it's an electromagnetic field, so then the tree should be okay.
Why are we even discussing this? Like, how did we get from casting a game of League of Legends into whether Jace's Mercury cannon can actually damage a tree? How did
because
this happen?
I'm a physics nerd, and that's what I do.
Good, good. Glad.
Alright. Also, Trinity Force and Ezreal, tons of damage. He is quite far ahead of that Corki. The Corki only having a Phage, though the Corki has tier 2 boots, so it's going to be slightly faster, I think, not 100% sure, though. And, well, I'm wondering when the first team fights are going to take place, because there has been the one in bot. I guess that was sort of a team fight, or a gank with a lot of people. But we haven't quite seen a face-off and then a proper engage yet. So it'll be interesting to see how they do in those fights, because the difference has been lowered.
Going to meet Anguish, looking for the crippling strike. Flash goes down as well, and well, actually really scared of that Darius now. Kind of funny because he was bullying him around so much early game. But I'd just also like to point out Katarina's farm, 180 at 20 minutes. That's like perfect farm, along with Ezreal. And Katarina is not generally the person you associate with massive farm. Generally like Mordekaiser, Cassiopeia, Orianna to some extent as well. But I suppose with Sinister Steel and after the remake, her kit is really suited to getting a lot of farm. But it just looked like she was being bullied so hard early game, you wouldn't expect it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Also, it's 3 for 1 for 1, which means that he has a lot of feed. I'm wondering how much money he actually has, but he's got a Deathfire Grasp and a Hextech Revolver, so he's going to be doing the damages for sure. And he's definitely going for the single target damage thanks with that Deathfire Grasp. Going to play more like an assassin instead of a AoE mage, which is how the old Katarina was usually played.
That's super interesting, because Katarina's got the most gold in the game right now with 7.1k. Wow.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. They do have the extra tower, of course. She's now actually starting to... Oh no, Ezreal just picked up a couple more creeps, but she's about on par with Ezreal's farm, and she's got 3 kills. Actually, we will have blue team moving on to that Drake right now, and ultimate goes down. Good smite from Maokai. Just holding my breath right there, went silent, just waiting for that to happen. But yeah, Woolite actually smiting that without anyone around, and that's kind of the sign of a good jungler. A lot of people can become like lackadaisical about it. It's just like, oh well, there's no one here to really stop any sort of steal from happening, so might as well just conserve my smite for something else, like convenient buff pickup later. But yeah, perfect smite by Woolite in every circumstance. She goes down mid though. It could be a potential initiate. Rupture goes out, will barely miss Woolite. And tower shots as well, doing some hurt. And knockback from Anguish, thundering blow, and the chain. Huge damage coming from Lulu as well. This poke right now, with the acceleration gate shock blast combination, it's kind of crazy. Like, they are just poking them out from behind the turret. Actually force both of their main damage sources, both of their carries, back from behind the turret when they were 100% HP each.
Yeah, the poke from this team is insane, and they're doing exactly what they should be doing.
Anguish coming in, actually knocking him away from his team. Huge damage coming in from Katarina though into the interrupt. Massive damage coming out from the Luno as well, trying to kite them around, and Smoshy right in the middle of them. Flash goes out from Valkyrie. Ultimate goes down. True shot barrage from Ezreal, and everyone on the enemy team so low right now. Along with Extinct, but they can attack them from such a long range. It will be the mid tower falling and potentially another tower being picked up. I wouldn't be surprised if they all stop to recall though. They don't want to overstay just in case the Baron attempt comes out from the hands of the blue team.
Yeah, but Curse, as I was saying, is doing exactly what they should be doing. They have the advantage and they should be sieging the enemy team, especially with all the poke they have. And because of all their mobility, they have very good disengage as well. So if they get caught in a bad spot, they can simply put down a gate and casually walk away. And that's exactly what they didn't do, because they went, oh, you're gonna engage in us, we're gonna kill you. Which works too, because they're ahead. And interestingly enough, we have a Haunting guys on Lulu. That's very cool.
Yeah, Haunting Guys is very interesting for a number of reasons. It basically signifies that, wow, the damage coming from Deathfire Grasp, and just the Glitter Lance alone straight on Smosh. That wasn't even Glitter Lance, that was just Help Picks. Chunking him down to 50% HP. Jace coming in as well, looking for 2 Disguise. Got the, wow, Help Picks, huge amounts of shielding, along with the Janna, into Wildgrowth, not looking anyone up, but looks stylish. They will be pushing down mid, kill onto the AD carry. A lot of counter pushing has been lost from the DMT.
That was quite fashionable. Also, with that Lulu ultimate, he had a huge hammer. That was quite insane. Almost made me feel inadequate. There comes the gate, that was exactly what I was talking about. They can just disengage so quickly. And with that huge Cho'Gath, it's going to be hard to trim that anyway. Trisha Barrage comes out just to simply
really looking for the initiate here from KMT, and Arco, huge amount of damage and all of the CC straight onto Katarina. Unable to really put out a full ultimate, maybe got like 0.2 of a second on it. So we'll do some damage with Sinister Steel, but KMT just in a really horrible position. Like, they are going to push them back right now. They have been poking so much they will be exhausting in their mana pools, but again, they need to be careful not to overstay. They could potentially go for that Baron if they time it correctly, but it's a ballsy move, and with them constantly pulling ahead, they are about 6k, well 5k, nearly 6k ahead. They've got to be careful.
What I'm just wondering is if Curse can push out anytime soon. I mean, they're doing really well, obviously, but they've only gotten 1 kill in the past 5 minutes or something. They've gotten a few towers, though, so that's really good. But as long as they don't take the inhibitor, their advantage is not going to be that big.
Oh wow, Katarina's just teleported top trying to pick up the kill into Jace, but he got out of there. Good counter initiation, but that was pretty scary for a couple seconds there.
Yeah, that would have been a very good pickup actually. That might have been a Baron there for them if they picked that up. I think the only better person to pick off at the moment, if they don't immediately take an objective after that, would be Cho'Gath because of the feast stacks, I guess, or the AD carry because then they could force an objective easily. Then again, Cho'Gath is a smite guy, so Cho'Gath would be a really good pickup actually. Just hard to focus.
This could be the pickup on Sona though. With Socialmedia, that's confusing, especially with Nunu. Ultimate goes down. Lolpro also chunking him down so quickly. Woolite looking for the zone as well. Arcane Smash goes down. Aqua looking to follow up. Angus from the side as well. Maluno following up with the Vorpal spikes. Woolite still being chased after by Lolpro and Angus as he tries to zone them out. Lulu coming in from the side as well to come off. Hellpix goes down into Glitter Launch. Arcane Smash once again, but he will be picked up immediately. Another pick from hands of Curse.EU. And this could be converted into an inhibitor pickup, or even the side picks up. Bottom lane has not even been taken. Arco taking a huge amount of damage from Extinct, looking for the apprehend. Misses, actually jukes back into them and will die anyway. Razor looking to juke away from those ruptures. Anguish just 1v2ing at the moment, but gotta be careful. Katarina does output a huge amount of damage, but Anguish so tanky. Extinct coming in from the side as well, into Wildgrove, locking them up for a couple of seconds. Super Ace coming in from the side, and now Lopro still chunking down that inhibitor. Lulu will fall, and now Anguish left alone to 1v2. Once again, Lopro more interested in this inhibitor than the actual fight. Woolite jumping after Super Rays, eventual Maelstrom as well from the sapling, picking up 3 kills in quick succession, but at least they got the inhibitor. So, I don't know, they were zoning them away, but when it was worth actually losing all those members of the team, especially with someone with the killing sprees as well, definitely on Anguish, then I don't know.
They took down an inhibitor, so that's like a huge deal. Like, inhibitors are probably the most important thing in the game, except for the Nexus, of course. So, I'd say it was worth it, even if they lost quite a few people, because KMT was not able to follow up anyway. If KMT was able to take down a Baron and then start pushing, then it wouldn't have been worth it. In this case, it definitely is, because they're just gonna get so much map pressure from that. And I don't know, it's just gonna be very hard for KMT to even come out of their base. And as we said before, Katarina has so much trouble in those team fights to be effective, because as soon as she jumps in, all the CC is on her. Literally all of it. And that's just so hard to deal with. There's not much you can do against it.
Yeah, the problem is, like, a lot of their goals are centered around Katarina as well, and as you said, she's just being locked up constantly by the AoE CC, and there's very little she can do about it. And even, like, there's just stray CC, which is just AoE. It's not even focused on Katarina, which is interrupting her. Like, a lot of power has been moved to other skills, as we mentioned before, but a lot of it still does come from that ultimate, and she's only getting like a 0.2 second channel on it. And I think she maybe even got more on LoLPro, but at this point she's not even managing to chunk someone down like 100% to 0, and that's an issue when you have your full combo. Like, she's just being shut down so much, it's getting to that point. She is still farming exceptionally well though. But LoLPro, 256 farm at about 29 minutes. That's still pretty insane. Not farming past a minute, but as an AD carry, that's pretty impressive with the amount of action going down as well.
Yeah, he's just farming insanely well at the moment. Has that Trinity Force and that Last Whisper. I don't know how much gold he has at the moment, but he's probably got a lot. And Maluno actually has picked up that Frozen Heart by now, so it's going to be very hot for Corki to put out a lot of damage. Same for Darius, and that's a pretty smart pickup. Also gets a cooldown reduction armor as well as some mana, so that's just one of the best pickups on Cho'Gath. So well done there. And they're now going to be starting this dance around Baron. The thing is though that Curse has taken down that inhibitor, which means that there's going to be minions pushing in, and KMT can't stay around the Baron for too long because they might lose their base. So that's a bit of a problem for them. The bot lane's also pushing towards them, so that they might have to send someone there soon.
This could be the potential initiate very, very shortly. It's just so close, and a lot of poke coming out as well. The longer they prolong it, well, that's an interesting sentence, the worse it gets for KMT, because they have so much poke on the enemy team, and they're going to start Baron as well. This could be the potential bait. They can definitely turn this around because they're taking pretty much no damage from Baron. And they are actually splitting up. Katarina forced to go back to deal with that minion wave. Baron down to about 30% HP right now. Woolite coming from the side as well, looking for that pick onto Baron, but not going to happen. Anguish picking up that kill very, very quickly. Actually, the bleed from Lulu, I believe that was an Ignite picking that one up. And the rest of the team, here comes the chase. They are looking for the CC onto one person. It just waiting for it. Acceleration gate comes out. Anguish going in with To the Skies. Huge damage coming onto Arcor, but jumps way too deeply. And Radzul, along with Arcor and the rest of his team, chiming in for the kill. But 1-for-1 trade, they still have the sieging power. They still have Ezreal up, which is a lot of poke, a lot of damage to those turrets as well. But kind of an unnecessary death on Jace.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was the best idea for him. But hey, his team in the meantime took down a tower. That's decent.
Arco actually landing the apprehend onto Meluno. Socialmedia take a huge amount of damage from LolPro. They are still going to carry on seeding this turret. Woolite is back up right now. Anguish down for another 20 seconds. 4v5 situation. Super Minions pushing in from the mid. Bottom turret will still be pushing. They're looking for this inhibitor. Apprehend goes down once again. Meluno right in the middle of them. Wombo combo from the ultimate. Woolite coming in from the side as well. Zoning them away from the carries. Arco picking up the kill onto Meluno immediately, but LolPro just sweeping up the mess once again. Kill onto Woolite as well. Absolute Zero has been popped. Muxi's also following with some damage while the CC'd, but LolPro popping over the wall as well. Into Whimsy, looking for another kill onto Socialmedia. There's the triple kill. Rattle coming in from the side as well. Interrupts with the squirrel onto the ultimate. LolPro picking up another kill. Actually will be scumbag by Extinct. Another kill onto Corky. That will be the quadra. Penta scumbag by Extinct. But I think it was justified considering how low LolPro was falling.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much game. But yeah, Curse playing so well, and they, like at some point I said that they should start to actually do something with their advantage, which is the point at which they started to do something with their advantage, and they just kept pushing. They didn't get a lot of kills for a while, but they got the towers down, and that in the end did win them the game. I have my Nexus exploding at the moment, and yeah, that means that Curse goes 1-0 because it's best of 3, right?
It is indeed, yeah. We will be taking over one bracket, guys, so we will be looking at one side. This will be Curse versus KMT. First round will go for Curse. And interesting to see if the teams will start swapping it up. Like, we had some pretty unconventional picks. Interesting if they'll swap it up again or maybe stick with what they know that works. And also interested in the bans as well, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump to spectate. And yeah, we probably will take a quick break, and then when we jump back into Champions Select. So stay tuned for some more great League of Legends action between Curse.EU and KMT.